tell us any interesting details, hobbies, interests, talents about yourself, or anything that makes you stand out.
Um, I don't have anything that really stands out other than the fact that all I do is wear Yankee stuff all day long. I mean, I'm a diehard Yankee fan. As you can see, like I said earlier, hello, my iPhone has Yankees. I love collecting baseball cards. I have fish tanks galore. My wife is about to kill me because I'm thinking about to get another fish tank. I love gardening. It's very soothing. It's very soothing, and I love hanging out with my kids.
And what is your favorite topic of conversation in a social setting?
Um, I current events, anything from politics to religion, it doesn't really matter. I like to debate a lot.
And where do you get your recipes from, and how do you put your own personal twist on recipes?
Most of my recipes are textbook recipes from Johnson and Wales, Culinary Institute of America, and the Cake Bible. And if you don't have a Cake Bible, you better go get one. And also, not gonna lie, Buddy Velastro's cookbook.
All right. And true or false question, you have to go to culinary school to be a good baker and decorator.
Absolutely false.
And why?
There's only so much that you learn in a classroom, and like me going to culinary school, it's mostly textbook, and you're really not going to become a good baker or a good decorator unless it's hands-on, unless you're thrown into the wolves. And I know when I was coming up and I weaseled my way into a hotel, I worked for an executive chef that was a graduate of Johnson Wales, and he told me, he goes, Paul, I would never hire a chef that has a degree from Johnson Wales or CIA right out, because all they know is paperwork. They don't know what it is to do 400 tickets in 3 hours and have a steak come back medium well when it should have been well or rare, and it's you learn as you go. And with a lot of these cake decorators, that's what they did, and a lot of the stuff that I know today is self-taught. It's repetitive.
And how would you rate your decorating skills when under time constraints? You get stressed out, done quickly, take your time, no matter what.
Well, let's say minus the 5-minute challenge that we just did, which I'm not gonna lie, my hands just stopped sweating. We do very well, and I'll tell you a little short story. We had to do a wedding cake 2 weekends ago, added a blue for a hotel that we're contracted with, in 2 hours. Nobody got back to us, and let's just say that we baked the cake, chilled the cake, made the Italian buttercream, made the marshmallow fondant, decorated, dropped it off in 2 hours. And let's just say that neither of us should have been driving.
Describe the types of elaborate cakes you've made, and could you make a 5-tier wedding cake in an hour if challenged?
Can I make I just did a 2-tier wedding cake in 5 minutes. And, that wasn't my greatest work, but a 5-tier wedding cake in an hour, absolutely. Absolutely.
And describe your construction and technical abilities, and what's the hardest cake you've ever designed?
My hardest cake till this day is a topsy-turvy. They spark beautiful creative discussions while driving them, because yet they have great structure because it's all a facade. You're actually cutting in a hole and putting it in. They're called topsy-turvy for a reason.
And what, in your opinion, makes a great cake baker decorator?
Patience. Patience.
So on the flip side, what makes someone a bad baker decorator?
Planning. If you don't plan right and you don't have all your ducks in a line, you are going to set yourself up for failure. It's just as simple as that. You need to have everything you need ready to rock and roll, ready to stack, ready to pipe. You don't have all those pieces, you're going to run around like a chicken with your head cut off. And that is a recipe for disaster.
And how do you think you'll handle quick fire type challenges and working in your group for bigger challenges?
I think I will do pretty well because as a group, there's delegation. You can help other people, and I think that the end result will be really well.
And quick fire type challenges specifically, how do you think you'll handle those?
Specifically by myself, let's just say through the season will be a work in progress. Because under pressure I do well, but you never know. There could be something thrown at you that you've never done before, and that's a monkey wrench.
So you feel more comfortable in group challenges?
Yeah, I would say I feel more comfortable in a group challenge. But like I said, I'm always up for any challenge. But with a group challenge, you have teammates. You have somebody to rely on.
And what are the strengths and weaknesses in those?
Your strengths and weaknesses in a group challenge is laziness. Somebody not doing their part, so you got to pick up the slack. But that's that's all about being a team. Robinson Cano strikes out. Derek Jeter's going to come up and he's going to be a Jeter clutch, like always, or A-Rod. They're going to come in a clutch, and you got to be able to pick your guys up when something happens. And
what kind of role do you generally play in a group setting?
I like to be a leader, but I also, like I said earlier, I'm a great follower. And if there is somebody that wants to step up to the plate, I will support them, and I will not let them fail.
And are you competitive in nature?
Yes. Everything is a competition.
And do you have any examples of how you're competitive?
I'm competitive in cooking. I'm competitive in mowing my lawn. I'm competitive in cleaning with my wife. I'm like a Nazi when it comes to my house. You can eat off my floors, you can drink my toilet water. And when I clean, vice when she cleans, we go back and forth. I says, oh no, you missed a spot, and then she'll come back and be like, oh, well, guess what, you did too.
And how are you going to play the game if you're selected for the show?
Like any other contestant, I'm there to do a job, and the end result is to win. I'm not saying I'm going to win. I would like to. That's my goal. But I think an overall winner is somebody that's going to help other people along the way. And I'm not going to steamroll either. That makes for bad business.
So what kind of competitor do you think you're going to be if picked on the show?
I think that I will be a hard competitor, fight to the death, an honest competitor, I should say. I would never set anybody up for failure to make them look bad, because that just shows that I'm just as bad as they are.
And do you have any secret weapon?
Finesse. It's all about finesse.
If you're up against other contestants, will you be competitive in order to win the cash and prizes?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, come on. Everybody wants X amount of dollars. Everybody wants a nice car. Everybody wants to have the shot to work in the famous Carlo's Bakery. I'm just like anybody else. I want my 10 seconds of fame, and I would love for the shot to just be on TV and just have everybody see and be like, oh, I know that guy. I grew up with him. We used to get in trouble together. But I didn't get in trouble. You know what I mean.
How far will you go to win?
I will go as far as I need to go within reason. Nothing evil, or like I said, setting people up for failure. I try and live an honest life, and doesn't always go that way. But that's a part of growing up, and I'm gonna do what it takes to win, and just do it the right way.
And how do you handle stressful situations? How do you react?
Well, as you can see, it's still there. I flip out at first. Nothing crazy, but I flip out, and then I compose myself, and then I get back and I sit down and I says, okay, this is what we need to do.